You should be delegating, these tasks and these things that you shouldn't be doing with your time to other individuals, or using your money and your relationships to find or identify who could do this for you, instead of you spending your time, your energy, your resources doing things you shouldn't be doing. So it's like common sense, but I think as humans, like, we almost need those reminders of, you're doing the wrong thing. You're getting distracted.
Yeah.
Right. And it costs you way more. People don't realize, like, the cost of distractions and the cost of, you not actually pursuing the overall task, the overall goal, the big picture, the big mission. You end up wasting a percentage of your life that's non-refundable. You can never get that time back. Let's go. We're live. We got another episode of Adversity Kings. We have David, Nicco, right?
Yes, that's right.
Let's go, bro. How you doing?
Very good. And you?
Good, man. Good. So we met on the yacht, a week ago or so. Shout out to Eli Jones for, having a little yacht event the other day. So it was cool to be able to network with some local entrepreneurs. But I was intrigued. Anytime somebody's involved with people I'm involved with, I'm curious. What do you do for business? I'm curious about life. I'm curious about cultures. And you're from Italy.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right? And how, you've been over here a while, though, I think you said.
Yeah, I came here in 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
So you're going on 10 years next year.
Almost 10 years,
Well,
yes.
What day is your 10-year anniversary?
The 7th of March 2015, I came here.
Yeah? Are you going to celebrate next year,
I'm
March 7th?
celebrate, of course.
Yeah?
I say to everybody that I feel more like I'm home right now, right here.
Yeah.
Than I'm in Italy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in Italy?
It was like, it was weird. Like, I come from a small village of 2,000 people, and the only things that the people doing there is drinking and partying the whole time.
Yeah.
Work is a second thing. It's like more like having fun and playing soccer, and that's how I grew up, and have party.
But it's football there, right?
Soccer, yeah.
You guys call it soccer?
Well, you call it like calcio. That's how
Yeah.
you call it, yeah.
Yeah, because I figured across all of Europe it was football, right?
Yeah, we call it football, but we call it soccer.
You guys call it soccer.
Yes.
I've never heard, is it just the village, or is that most of Italy calls it soccer?
Most of Italy call it soccer.
Wow.
We call it calcio. We don't
How are you
use
saying it? Kaijo?
calcio?
Kaichu.
Calcio.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you say hello in Italian?
Ciao.
Ciao. How do you say bye?
Ciao.
You ciao is both?
Yes, it's both.
What? Okay. Well, how do you say, what's up?
What's up? Come va?
Come va? Come va? Ciao, come va?
Yes.
So that's a pretty typical, if you were to meet a stranger, is that pretty typical, or does that sound very touristy?
No, it's very typical.
Very typical?
But it's in a friendly way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know you. Ciao, come va?
Yeah. But if you were strangers, what would you say?
Salve, buongiorno. You're using more like
Salve,
a formal
buongiorno.
language.
What's the food like in Italy compared to here?
It's amazing.
Yeah?
I miss the food. That's the only the food, the culture,
Yeah.
and the places around. That's all the three things that I miss.
Would you say the food here makes you fat and the food there doesn't make you as fat? Right?
Yes.
And that is that you think can you really contribute that to the less additives? They say there's less chemicals, there's less additives in the foods, across the world, really outside of America, because of the regulations. You're not putting chemicals in your food.
Yeah.
When it comes to pretty much just being outside of America. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
100%. Like, you know more than me about chemicals and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably because you follow your diet.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything. You're very fit.
Yeah.
But what I say that every person, like, at least 5 times a week eat pasta.
Yeah.
So imagine if you eat pasta 5 times a week here
Yeah.
in the US, how you're gonna get
Yeah.
bloated.
Yeah, you'll be done.
But over there, no.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like skinny, like me.
Yeah. Now, what were your parents like growing up? Were you still close with your parents?
Yeah. We were here like 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay, you said that. So
Yeah.
what did they do growing up, and what was their influence like on you as a kid?
So we were very strict as far as discipline. You cannot go out till a certain times. You need to come back at a certain time. When I was like 16, 17,
Yeah.
then they kind of stopped it. The things that they have it on me, the influence is positive and negative. Positive about family, like family oriented, growing up. It teach me a lot about my kids and things
Yeah.
that. But negative in the sense of negativity, like you cannot do that, you can't do this, it's impossible to do that. I don't know if you relate
Yeah.
with your parents.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think the American culture it's pretty like it's pretty I would say there's pretty much just two dynamics. You either have your families that support or don't support. So it's pretty binary. Like you're either going to have families that are like non-supportive and they want the traditional route. You're just going to go to school. You'll find a corporate position, a traditional job. Then you have your parents that I think are very open-minded and support their kids and say, hey, listen, we believe whatever you believe you can do if as long as you stay committed to it. So I think my parents were more in that category of like, if you set your mind to it, you can go do it. You don't need school, you don't need an education. You can go be, the world's greatest athlete, you can be an astronaut, you could be a cowboy, whatever you believe that you can be, as long as you're willing to put the work in. So like that was my parents.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. On my side, we were like in the middle, I guess.
Yeah.
Like more like you need to go to school, you need to finish school. I finished high school.
Yeah.
But then I decided to start traveling when I was 22. And they never stopped me. They told me, we don't like it that you do it, but in the end, it's your life. So for that, I'm very grateful,
Yeah, absolutely. So from 16, 17, 18, you graduate high school, I would imagine.
Yes.
When did you graduate high school? 17, 18?
18. Yeah.
18. So it's similar.
Yeah.
In Italy, you pretty much go to school until 18. Did you go to college?
No, I didn't.
No college. What do you do after high school?
I started working. I was already working in the summertime and everything, but I started working in construction. That's my field,
Okay.
I was an electrician for years. I used to build homes over there, like physical labor.
Yeah. Okay. So you're working in construction. You're doing electrician work as well. And then when did you kind of discover that you wanted to start traveling and like leave Italy?
When I was about like 21, I felt like inside I have to do something else as a purpose of my life. I was feeling like the day were going by and just having the same life over and over.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me, I have to do something different. That's when I started traveling.
And then how long did you travel before you figured out you wanted to go to America?
Well, I came here the first time 2013 for
Yeah.
like 20 days. It was my first vacation. I didn't speak any English, any Spanish, nothing. And then after that, I went to Australia. I lived 1 year there.
Yeah.
And then after that was 2014, and 2015 I came to the US and I established myself here.
What was Australia like?
Australia was great. I really like that country. It has a lot of like different cultures and people in there. Beautiful city like Melbourne and Sydney. I really love them. Great weather. The only things I didn't like it was a little bit too far from home. Eventually, to establish myself there, my parents, they couldn't really come because it's like 24-hour flight
Yeah.
to get to there.
Yeah.
And the second thing, it was the Asian culture. We're very big. Like me and you, we click. We connected right away.
Yeah.
But with them, they tend to stay between themselves.
Yeah.
They don't want to open up.
Yeah.
So I felt like I wasn't pertaining to their culture. And then
You said the Asian culture?
Yes.
So there's a lot of Asians in Australia?
Oh, yeah, big
Wow.
time. Melbourne and Sydney is a lot of Asian.
Wow.
Yeah, because they give a chance to go there and study for university and everything. They have great colleges and great university. And then pretty much they start getting integrated into the job, into the work world over there, and then they stay there.
Wow.
It's very close for them, like to Asia,
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so you spent a year in Australia. Were you doing construction there as well?
Yes, I was working in the restaurant at night, and during the day I was doing construction, electrical work as well.
And then what made you decide to come to America?
My best friend is the one that brought me here. It was the one that his dad bought an apartment in 2008 here in Miami, and he told me, "Well, come and check it out. If you like, here, we find a way to stay,
Yeah.
And that's what I did pretty much.
Where was he from Italy as well?
Yes, same village.
Okay, so you guys are from the same village.
Yes.
Does he still live here?
Yeah, he does. He own a restaurant right
Oh,
here.
what restaurant were you telling me?
Doma.
Doma.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, that's incredible. So he's got the Italian restaurant, and then you've got the Italian construction.
that's right.
Okay, so you get here in 2015. Was Doma even around, or?
Was Doma not
Yeah.
the restaurant? No, it was
No.
working for other companies. It was like a general manager for a couple of restaurants at that time. He introduced me to the owners of those restaurants, and I started work for one of them during the day, during the night, sorry, and the day was still doing construction myself.
Wow. Then when did you start your own construction company?
Well, I didn't start it from scratch, but I joined somebody that was already a founder of the company. His name is Carlos Guerrero. I found the company 10 years back.
Yeah.
And then he was having a mentorship program for people to learn about construction that they want to grow and scale. Because I was about to buy my own tools
Yeah.
and go do the physical work.
Yeah.
And he told me, no, that's not the right way. You need to use this.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck, so I'm doing everything wrong. So I joined his mentorship program
Yeah.
for 1 year. I didn't get any job. I was cold calling in the back of the office without having any job, really.
Yeah.
After 1 year, I closed my first project. And then since from there, we grow the company from 1 million to million at a time. And right now we were like 15 this year, so
Wow.
yeah.
That's incredible. What would you give your credit to when it comes to your drive? You know what I mean? Like not giving up and just figuring out, oh man, regardless of not getting the results or figuring things out or spending a year cold calling and not making any money from your business, from your dream and your goal, why'd you keep going?
Because I'm always a person that has a purpose inside. I came to this country, it wasn't easy. I fucking didn't speak any English or speak any Spanish at the time. So I always say, I'm going to figure out somehow. I'm looking always forward to how further I can go in life to give everything that I can.
So, and you guys just did 15, you're at 15 for the year, or you'll finish the year around 15?
We finish about 15.
Okay, so you'll finish this year around 15.
2024.
How long have you been in business now for yourself, or are you still with your partner, Carlos?
I'm still with him.
Okay.
But right now, I'm opening up a branch where I'm doing consulting for other companies, other construction companies.
That's what I saw in your story today, where you're going to
That's
be
what you saw in
consulting and
this-
helping
Yes.
contractors,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's say I'm a general contractor, and so that simply means what to somebody watching that has no idea? I'm a general contractor. What does that look like?
Yeah, the definition of a general contractor is a person that take over a job. Let's say a residential project. You have a house,
Yeah.
and you want to completely remodel it or build a new home.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to do. You
Yeah.
don't know where to start, and you can call that person, which is called a general contractor
Yeah.
here in America. And they help you through the process of getting the plans, the permits from the city.
They organize the team
They organize the
to do the remodeling or the building, the construction or the destruction of whatever it is that's occurring,
Yes,
correct?
That's correct.
So what are you going to help the general contractors do?
I help them organize themselves in all of the buckets, I call them,
Yeah.
which start for marketing, it start for sales, accounting, production. That's where I go into the company. I look at their operation. I look at their how the way that they set up the business,
Yeah.
and I identify possibly what they lacking or what they needed to get to the next level. you know?
Yeah. And when you're constructing the offer and like actually marketing to these general contractors and giving them the promise of the solution, whatever that is going to be for you, how long is it going to take for them to see an increase in revenue from working with you?
Yes.
Like, is it that 60 days, 6 months? Like, how long do you think someone gives you, I'm a general contractor, I give you my maximum attention, I'm locked in, I'm focused, I'm coachable, I implement everything. How long would it take me to increase my revenue 10%, 20%?
Yeah, so I offer to them a 60-day package where they can see already a 20% increase in production and a 20% reduction on time
Yeah.
of the project, you know?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it stops there, because usually those projects that we're taking over as a general contractor, they are on a span of time of 6 months to a year. It depends on the size of the project. However, in 60 days, I already go inside of the production and make them understanding what they're doing wrong and do some tweaking on that. And I can guarantee that they can reduce the cost by 20% and the time by 20%.
Fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
Really good. Okay, so, and this is just launching for you then, correct?
This is just launching. This is just recently something that I'm doing.
So you have the construction, you have your general contracting consulting, or you're just consulting for general contractors, or
Related business in construction.
Just construction and people,
Yes.
entrepreneurs in the construction space
Yes.
that want to grow and they want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your plans then for the future? You know what I mean? Is it to continue to capitalize strictly on one of those fields or both of them? You want to consult and continue the construction, or you just want to do the consulting?
No, eventually I want to partner up with very, very brilliant people in the construction industry and take those businesses to the next level. My goal is to have 10 businesses that they generate $100 million in revenue
Yeah.
and be part as those businesses on their growth and on their journey
Yeah.
with the people and the families,
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah. That's fire. So, one thing that you shared on the yacht that I'm actually kind of curious, that's kind of outside of the construction, was the story you shared, I think, on your grandfather,
Uh-huh.
because my girlfriend, so she's Jewish.
Yeah.
So share that story again on
Yeah.
what the mountain and all that, like what did that look like?
Yeah, so the name of my business is Ngaspi.
Yes.
And I will tell you,
Yes.
Tristan, that the reason why I call it that is because my grandfather, back in 1945, he was fighting against the fascists in
Yeah.
Italy. So what he was doing in a small village that we were, he was hiding the people into the bushes,
Yeah.
Jewish people, and he was protecting them from the fascists because if we would get caught, we would get deported and
Yeah.
and killed,
Yeah.
most likely. So he was hiding those people into the bushes. He was bringing them during the night food and everything that they needed, and he was moving them from shelter to shelter into the bushes. And it was risking his life pretty much. So that act of bravery always stick to me.
Yeah.
And I say I want to do something that people will remember.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Super incredible. So, man, some of the other questions I was like asking, you know what I mean? Just out of curiosity is, outside of business, what are you doing? What do you like doing?
Well, a lot of time I'm always working
Yeah.
and doing my business. I have a 1.5 years old kid.
Yeah.
So I love to spend time with him. He's growing up so fast right now, and I can see every day he change.
Yeah.
So I love to spend that. I have to have, like, as a rule and a policy with my wife, to have once a week or once every 2 weeks, like a date night.
Yeah.
We just go by ourselves.
Yeah.
And then on the weekend, I'm studying and doing courses, self-improvement on myself.
Yeah. What are some of the favorite courses and books or things you've done to grow yourself?
Yeah, I'm big of, it's called like a church. I'm big on Scientology. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yeah.
But with LRH technology and all of the books that I'm studying there, those things, it really changed the course of my life and my mindset and things I do. So
Isn't Tom Cruise a part
Tom
of
Cruise, Grant Cardone,
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah, I've
are
heard
there.
of card. So what is that like? So explain the Scientology church to me.
Simple word. I call it as a school.
Yeah.
I call it school for life. So you go there and you work more on the spiritual part of yourself.
Yeah.
And there is action that you call it auditing, that they free up the reactive mind, things that they stuck there from the past
Yeah.
that you don't even know that are there, and they help you get more clarity on the purpose and the future that you want to do.
Yeah.
And also they have books that you study, you go in course, and they're like subject on everything, like finance, money.
So is there a physical Scientology church around here that you go to then?
Yeah.
Is-
Miami or
does Cardone go there?
Cardone doesn't go anymore over
Yeah.
there. He goes to the Clearwater one,
Yeah.
which is an advanced organization over there. So he always flies his helicopter.
Yeah.
I can see, like, even from his video, you see that he's always there. Like, probably twice a month or something
Yeah.
like that. He's always there.
So is there a God for the Scientology belief, or is it more so
No.
just like self, like believing in self as like a, elevating yourself to a higher power? Then
Yeah.
is that
The
kind of like
second one. You
Yeah.
don't have any God. Any religion is accepted over there.
Yeah.
You believe in Buddha, you believe you are Christian,
Yeah.
you are a Catholic, whatever religion you are accepted there. It's not that they make you believe in.
Yeah, so it's not a focus then on an external God.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a focus on internal, power. is what it sounds like.
Yes.
Growing yourself.
100%. It brings you up your beast that you have it inside with things that they
Are there
designed.
pastors? Is there a pastor or no? Are there coaches or mentors? It's just a building?
It's just a building. I call it a school.
Yeah, so it's just
For me, it's like a school.
Are there not teachers? If there's a school, like
Well, there is a teacher. Like actually, when you do those courses, like let's say you do a course in finance,
yeah,
they help you through the course. If you have problems, identify, okay, what I should do it here. There is somebody that can guide you through that, like a teacher.
is it free?
No, you need to pay.
Yeah,
But certain courses starts at $50.
Yeah.
The basic one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
wow. That's cool, dude. I've never talked to I've never been able to talk and discuss like Scientology from someone that's actually practicing it. So.
Yeah. There is a lot of misunderstanding out
Yeah,
there. And
yeah.
a lot
I thought it
of
was like
skeptical
I thought you like pray to aliens or something. Like,
fucking aliens.
no? Okay. Well,
You are the alien.
yeah, that's how I'm sitting here like,
That's all it's
you
about.
said Scientology. I was like, oh, you pray to ET. So like, no, that's cool.
You are the alien.
Yeah.
And you need to take off this beast that you have inside and they help you just getting better, whatever you need, whatever course
Wow.
you need. Family, marriage. You
Yeah.
have a problem with marriage? Okay, there is a course called marriage course. And
Yeah.
They help you with the marriage,
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, so what else? Do you have like a favorite movie, a favorite book?
Favorite movie, I like The Gladiator.
Yeah. They're coming out with a Gladiator 2. Comes out this month. I don't know how if they're gonna do disservice to the original one. Was that all filmed in Italy?
Most of them like in Florence, like
Yeah.
the house where
Yeah.
the Gladiator was, it was in Florence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you been to? Obviously, I imagine you've been to the Colosseum.
No, I never been to the Colosseum. I never been to Rome,
What?
which is crazy.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So never been to Rome, but the Gladiator 2 is coming out. So what else? Do you have another favorite movie or favorite?
What else I like? Out in 60 Seconds, the one with Nicolas Cage. What's the name?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
When he's still in the car.
Yeah.
I love that fucking
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Back in the day, he was a dog. He was a goat back in the day. What about books? Do you have a favorite book?
Favorite book? I like Dan Martell.
Yeah. Which one?
What's it called? Make Your Time?
Yeah,
Make
buy back your
time.
time. I just
Buy
read
back.
that one. I was
Yeah?
wondering. I was like, yeah, I just read that one.
You like it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Super solid. I feel like what's cool about books is you read them, but they read you as well. And as you're reading, you're almost telling yourself like, this is so common sense. Like, why did I have to spend my money, my time to realize I should have been doing this to begin with or doing it better? Buying back your time. Obviously, like not spending your time and energy doing things that generate, less return on investment than what you can really be getting out of that time. You know what I mean? Like you should be delegating, these tasks and these things that you shouldn't be doing with your time to other individuals, or using your money and your relationships to find or identify who could do this for you, instead of you spending your time, your energy, your resources doing things you shouldn't be doing. So like it's like common sense, but I think as humans, like we almost need those reminders of you're doing the wrong thing, you're getting distracted.
Yeah.
Right. And it costs you way more. People don't realize like the cost of distractions and the cost of, you not actually pursuing the overall task, the overall goal, the big picture, the big mission. You end up wasting a percentage of your life that's non-refundable. You can never get that time back.
Yeah, I love that because it feels like almost like you have an instant gratification that
Yeah.
you're out in the pool and do a party with your friends.
Yeah.
But then on the long run, you pay your duties.
Yeah,
and,
you can, it's like I've been hearing since I was, super young man, is you can play now, but you'll pay later.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can pay now and you get to play later. And there's so many different levels to it, because there's guys I see, in sales, that start making $1 million. And I remember when I first made my first $1 million, I was like, it felt like nothing. And it literally looked like nothing as well, because I ended up spending all of the money, you know what I mean? Through business expenses, taxes, and, just my cost of living going up faster than I was accustomed to. Mm-hmm. Realizing like, dude, making $1 million is nothing. But you see individuals, they start to make money in sales and business, or business starts to pick up, and they blow all the money and they start to play too much in the midst of the earning. and it ends up again costing them time. You know what I mean? So you buy back your time in many different ways. It goes back to that buying back your time of like, and I don't even think it's like entrepreneurial intelligence. I think it's again common sense of, you know, like if you're putting more out than what's coming in. My grandfather always told me this. He's like, hey, listen, you'll never have money issues. Just never spend more than you make. Super simple. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a super simple concept because especially when you start to measure a dollar based off of how long does it take for you to acquire that dollar. So the millionaire is equated to like $500 an hour off a 40-hour work week, whereas 100 millionaire would be equated to maybe, you know, 5,000 or 50,000. I wouldn't know the exact dollar, but I know it would be either 5,000 or 50,000 an hour. So now you can break down, hey, if this hour doesn't make me 50,000 or more, then I'm not doing this task.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to spend it on, you know, some Rolex or some car or something like that.
Yeah.
Where the return isn't going to be there.
Yeah, materialistic things will just give you that much. You
Yeah.
know, so far. But when you reinvest, like you're doing the right things, you're buying books, you're buying self-improvement courses or whatever you do, I'm sure you
One of the biggest things I love is marketing. And that's one of the big things that we do with the podcast now. It's like pretty much over the last 6 months, because I've done the podcast now for 3 years to build up a base foundation, get as many guests as I could, and then build up a quality network. A lot of people over the last couple of years has focused on quantity and said they buy engagement, they buy likes, they buy followers, where I've spent real time and energy developing real relationships with high net worth individuals and highly valuable people. And so now they're in my circle, they're in my network, and they're viewing my content, engaging with my content and the content I push out. And so now specifically niche down to life insurance, but all sales and businesses, I'm able to bring people on the podcast and help scale their business by getting them more customers, more eyes. More eyes is everything. Whoever's business or product or service has the most attention, odds are, even at a very minimal conversion, they're going to make the most money.
Yeah.
And you could take a dog shit product and then you take perfect marketing. You know what I mean? Amazing marketing, consistent marketing, I should say, more so than perfect marketing, is going to destroy the company that has the perfect product, but dog shit marketing.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Because if you have an incredible service, an incredible product or company, but you don't have any marketing, you have nothing. Yeah. So that's where the value of the podcast comes in now. And it's really scaled over the last 6 months of, you know, we've got ad space available now. We've got the podcast where we bring different guests and high value people on the podcast like yourself. And it's like, dude, we want to get your story out there. We want to share your business, and we're going to show you here's high net worth people that are going to be engaging. And so I love every piece of it. Marketing is probably the biggest thing that I'm going to focus on for the rest of my life, because I've developed a skill set in sales. We've got different products and services. Like I'm in the life insurance space. So like, you know, we've got good products. We sell money. But like the biggest separator I've noticed is people think they market, but they suck at marketing. Yeah. It costs a lot of time and money to do it right, because you got to really build up a reputation, and you can only shortcut the process so much. That's why it's like, it's wise to invest. I've spent hundreds of thousands on getting onto other podcasts and getting connected with other individuals and running ads and marketing things to generate more attention and get in the right rooms to like build, you know what I mean? So it's 100% worth it.
I agree. 100%.
You know, it's like, I've never looked at marketing. It's like, not worth it. Always worth it.
Grant say money follow attention, you know? So the more attention you have, the more money you get back.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you something about, because there is another person that really intrigued me about product and things that you say. Elon Musk say, build the best fucking product that you have. Yeah. And I don't need to market it because they market themselves.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I agree. So like, if you want to make millions, just focus on the product, or no, just focus on the marketing. If you want to make billions, both. You know what I mean? Millions, like I'm just talking to like the people that like, because most people never get to millions. You want to get to millions, it's the marketing. You want to get to billions, it's the product and the marketing. You have to win every angle. You know what I mean? Like, because if you want to make it to the NBA, the NFL, you want to be a professional soccer player, you know what I mean? Like, there's a general way of like getting there. But if you want to be Messi, you want to be Michael Jordan, you want to be Tom Brady, you have to win every piece of the skill set, the development, the marketing. Like it's like Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be a champ. In the ring, out of the ring, every aspect has to be dominated. So it's like, and business is two things. It's product and marketing. So it's like, everything else kind of falls into one of those two categories. But I believe millions, marketing, billions, product and marketing.
I love that. I really do. Yeah.
So
I think the same.
yeah, because some people don't care about getting to billions.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that product is also just product. You know what I mean? Like Apple has an incredible product. Everybody has an iPhone. But I think what was paired with that product was Steve Jobs. Mm-hmm. So I think what parallels with the product is the founder, the visionary of the business. So I think people, they buy your product, obviously, like let's just keep it factual. They buy your product because it's an incredible product. But when you have a visionary, people buy into the person before they buy into the dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I believe in you being the product. That's why I'm so big on self-development. You know what I mean? I don't sell it like all these idiots, you know, in Miami that are just life coaches and that's their only business, where it's like, hey, you just work out and pray and, you know, read and that's a bit like, that's not my business. That's why I try not to like, I don't even highlight that as much anymore because I don't want to be associated with that crowd. But I 1,000% believe in it's common sense though. You know what I mean? Your body is a temple. It's your only vehicle. Imagine you had one car for the rest of your life. You would take care of it like no other. And so that's the body, that's your mind, that's your spirit. And like elevating and growing yourself is like common sense. Your biggest return on investment is you're never going to overinvest into yourself ever. So like it's a no brainer for me to get better every single day. I owe it to myself. I owe it to my God. I owe it to my fiance. Like I owe it to my family, everybody depending on me. Like I've got to become the best man there ever was. Not because it's just pure ego and I look at every other man as like, I want to destroy you. You know what I mean? A piece of me is that, but all of me is rooted in, I owe it to me. Almost like thinking of the great artists, you know, that existed in history, you know, like one of the sculptors, maybe Michelangelo, I have no idea, but let's just assume, I believe somebody, maybe Socrates or somebody had quoted something, what good does it to be a man and to live your life and to never know your true physical best?
Potential.
But I don't believe it stops there physically. And so I add into there in my own mind to know your mental best. Read as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. Yeah. Physically, you know, work out as much as you can. Eat the best foods that you possibly can. Spiritually, pray as much as you can. Develop and grow your relationship with your faith, your God, as best you can for the rest of your life. And financially, don't be a bum. Just like I don't believe everyone should go be a CEO, a founder, be a businessman, but I do believe everyone should be commission-based. I believe in pure capitalism. I believe you should get paid for based on your performance, the value you bring the marketplace. The marketplace won't like it. Everyone really is in sales. Everyone really is an entrepreneur, whether they believe it or not. It's just most people sell themselves for $10 an hour. Yeah, they accept $80 a day as their commission. Imagine someone coming up to you and saying, hey, David, I think for the rest of your life, you're worth $80 a day.
Fuck that.
Right, bro? You'd be like, dude, I'm not even going to be able to feed my baby for a day. No. You know what I mean? That won't even get your baby breakfast in Miami, you know? And what's crazy to me is you were telling me people in Italy will live off $1,000, $2,000.
Yeah, all of my best friend, like, I know 8 of them, they get a salary of €1,200, which is dollar, a month. Yeah. And
they probably look at you like king. You know what I mean? Like you
But I even look myself back a couple of years ago and I say, what the fuck? How the person I become like that? You know? It's like, it's just crazy, you know? It's just mindset and just people that you surround yourself with that they tell you it's possible. That they show you it's possible, not they just tell you.
And it's not, I think the difficulty comes in the pain to the ego, because it's not painful to go 6 months, a year, 2 years of making little to no money off your business, because you'll find a way to eat. You pretty much always have shelter in America. You know what I mean? So you'll find a way to have shelter. You'll find a way to have food and water. What else do you really need? So like as humans, when people are like, it's impossible, we can't get it done. No, it's possible. It's honestly not that painful. Yeah. Like no physical pain typically comes onto you when you're building a business or you're in sales. It's the emotional pain because people, we associate our value with our public image because we think that everybody cares about what we're driving, what we look like, what clothes we have, where your penthouse is. Like that, nobody like really actually cares. You know what I mean? You could have the best penthouse and all the coolest cars and all the likes and followers on Instagram. None of those people are coming to your funeral. And if they do, they're coming eating a sandwich, you know, at the celebration of you passing away. And then it's back to normal life. They forget you the next day or the next week.
Yeah.
You know, even your closest family members over years, you become less and less of a conversation after you pass away. So we get so caught up in this almost not like an identity crisis, but this like ego crisis. Yeah. And that's why people like won't start a business is they can't endure that year of humiliation, couple years of humiliation, or the volatility of humiliation. Cause like you could be 5 years in and hit a bad spot. Yeah. Now you have a year or two of humiliation because people, you know, my support for Donald Trump, people were like, oh, he went bankrupt 6 times. He shouldn't run the country. I was like, have you even tried anything in your life?
Have you ever understand what bankrupt means? Because at least he tried to do something and he went bankrupt.
But it's very intelligent also for you to say, because there's multiple different variations of bankruptcy. You know what I mean? It's a chess play as well in business. Depending on how you structure and utilize that. So, dude, it's all very simple when I think about it. Life is not that complicated. Business is not that complicated, especially if you have the ability to endure. I think that's success. I think that's millions. I think that's billions. Is can you endure the pain of humiliation? And you're only humiliated if you desire public approval. So if you can minimize your desire for public approval, there's no humiliation when it comes to entrepreneurship. It's just patience now. Yeah. So like I think if you have an ego issue of like needing public approval, then yeah, it's going to be humiliating. But if you don't give an F, it's just patience. Like, hey, dude, I'm just going to wait a couple years. I'm going to do the work, put my head down, and I'll get mine when I get mine.
Yeah, sooner or later you get there.
You get it,
if you don't stop.
Yeah, but I'm not clocking in for Wendy's and making burgers. All the power to the burger makers. You know what I mean? Everybody, we need good burgers.
We need those.
We need the burgers. You know what I mean? Preferably the ones without chemicals. But it is what it is.
It's just a mindset things that it starts from there. Like if you think you're worth it $10 an hour, you get probably that.
You get what you think.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hey, brother, where can people find you? They want to work with you. They want to use your services. They want to communicate with you, learn from you. Where can people find you? Yeah,
so I'm going to give you the link. And Gaspi LLC is my business. And Davide _ Nicco is my social media. Yeah. The Instagram page.
Instagram's probably where most of my guys will reach out if they ever reach out. So dope. This was another podcast, Varsity Kings. We had David, Nicco.
Yes.
So make sure you guys stay tuned, you follow. And if you guys need anything, let us know. Peace.
Love it.
Let's go. Fire, dude.